there, I thought we'd do the daily time guesser for June 15th. Yesterday, I didn't record, but it's just as well. There was a bit of a bugginess in the system, and my brother very kindly contacted the creator, who very kindly responded and made the corrections necessary, and also joined our server. So if you would like to chat directly with the creator of TimeGuessr, they are now on the server and popped into GeoGuessr discussion yesterday to say hello. So welcome, Gowan. And now I'm very self-conscious knowing that you watch these, but it's also very cool. So hi. Let's play. This is a very scary picture. Clearly, it is a zombie invasion. What is happening here? What is happening over there? I'm wondering if this has something to do with COVID. Maybe they're disinfecting. Or maybe it was an infestation. But, I mean, that's some crazy gear they've got on. Could be Chinese. I don't know. That says 1990, but I don't think that's the year somehow. These are reporters, I think. Yeah, I wonder if it has to do with COVID. I'm going to go ahead and guess that. China's a big country. It's really quite a photo, though, isn't it? I mean, they've got, like... Those look like what you'd use to... Oh, wait. That's not the Chinese flag, is it? That is... Oh, what flag is that? Not Vietnam. It's not South Korea. It's not Japan. I'm not actually sure. Is it Taiwan? I mean, that's Chinese, right? Like, it wouldn't be anything else. So maybe it is Taiwan. They've got friggin', like, flamethrowers, and they've got, like, chemicals. Wait, what's this over here? Oh, here, ROC. Yeah, Republic of China Army Chemical Corps. Okay, so this is Taiwan. Good catch on the flag there, which is over here. I'm going to go ahead and assume it's Taipei because I don't know where else it would be because it could be anywhere in Taiwan, but all right. So I have the place-ish, but what is happening here? I mean, they're all in masks too, which is pretty suggestive, so I'm wondering if it's some kind of disinfecting thing. Hello. But it doesn't have to be COVID, it could be something else. But the fact that they're all wearing masks, is it because of COVID or is it because of the chemicals? And why do they have like flamethrowers? What are they going to burn? Well, for lack of anything better, I'm going to do 2020. It's certainly reasonably recent. Caught it. Military units take part in a COVID drill in New Taipei City. So that was an excellent guess. Look at that score. All right, I will take it. Moving on. Lots of clues in that photo. Whoa. Francis Ford Coppola presents Abel Gance's Napoleon. Okay. Orchestra of Illinois conducted by Carmine Coppola. Are they related? I assume they are. Regal's Shoes. I think we might be in Chicago. It might just be a place called the Chicago, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, Chicago makes sense, right? Do we know these people, or are they just excited people like standing in front of a theater? That's always the question. I was about to say she has an iPad, but that's just a notebook. See, for those of you who don't know, it used to be that instead of carrying an iPad or an iPhone to take notes, you would just carry an actual physical book made up of a bunch of blank pieces of paper that you could then jot down your notes in using a pencil. You didn't need batteries. You didn't need Wi-Fi. Amazing stuff. No, I'm kidding. What does she have? I think that's just her handbag. Well, okay, so what year are we in here? It's looking reasonably early 70s, isn't it? Look at these glasses on him. Could even be 80s. I don't think so, though. I don't know anything about Napoleon, the movie. I know who Francis Ford Coppola is, so that's something, I suppose. Rocking the non-binary look. Those glasses, though, I had glasses with the thing, with the bar, when I was like 9. I'm not showing you any pictures of that. I don't think I have any. He's got some cool sunglasses, though. Those are some good shades. I like those. She's the only one not wearing glasses. I wonder if she feels left out. Look at that possessive hand on her shoulder there. I think she's posing for the photo, but it's a little creepy. I am very much analyzing this photo without any idea what year this is. There's a police officer. Something going on here. I guess it's just like the opening. Alright, well, let's go to Chicago, because I don't know where else it would be with a place called Chicago. I have a bit of a cold, so excuse these sniffles. It's a little annoying, but I suppose it could be worse. Oh, look. Hi, the J. Ira and Nikki Harris Family Hotel. I wonder if that's related. It's not a hotel. But I'm wondering if it's around here somewhere. Might be able to 5K this location if I knew where to look. Chicago Housing Authority. That's probably not it. University of Notre Dame. DePaul University College of Computing and Digital Media. I love looking at the maps sometimes. Just looking at the maps and seeing all the place names and stuff. Like whatever shows up. Here we have Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. So that's something. Chicago Cultural Center. Oops. The Kraft Heinz Company headquarters. React Physical Therapy. American Committee for the Weizmann Institute of Science. Okay. Broken English Taco Pub. I like it. More hotels. It's probably around here, right? I mean, this is like the center, like the main part of the city where everybody goes. Chicago Burger Company. That sounds good. It might not even still be called the Chicago. It might not even be in Chicago, but who knows? I thought it said Advil for a second, but it doesn't. It says Avli. You probably can't even read it. Ooh, a Dunkin'. I just discovered. So Dunkin' Donuts didn't used to be on the West Coast at all. It was an East Coast thing, and it was a very exciting thing when I would go back to the East Coast. One of the things I would do would be, I can speak English, I promise, would be to go to Dunkin'. But now, so there's a Dunkin' on the way to my oldest's school, so we stop sometimes for breakfast. And now I just discovered that there's a Dunkin' like a mile from me, like across the street from Target, where I go all the time. So it's not even special anymore, but it's also kind of exciting. Although I do not understand the thing about their coffee. Their coffee is not good. But I really like their bagel breakfast sandwiches. They're really yummy. I love a good breakfast bagel sandwich. Breakfast bagel with egg and various other things on it that one might eat for breakfast. There you go. We got there. Let's see. Sorry, that was a bit of a detour in my brain. That's what my brain is doing right now. It is detouring. Blame the cold. Not the cold, but the cold. Actually, considering it's summer, it's not very warm here. I'm not complaining, though. We actually walked down to the beach, my son and I, yesterday. We went to this... I'm just looking for this place while I chat at you. We went to this fancy... It's actually a ice cream sandwich place where you can have them make your ice cream sandwich. They bake fresh cookies and make the ice cream every day. And we just wanted some good ice cream. It was $11 a pint, so, you know, it was good ice cream. And we bought some day-old cookies, which, honestly, delicious. If you are ever in Hermosa Beach, you should check out the Baked Bear on the pier. Just saying. Little plug for them. Also, the young guys working there, they were super nice because I was being an idiot, elder millennial, not knowing how to operate things like, you know, credit card machines. Anyway, we got some good ice cream. We got some good cookies. And we went down and looked at the ocean, and it was like chilly, like 63 degrees Fahrenheit. It was weird. But anyway. All right, I don't know where this is, so it might not even be called Chicago, or that might not be the name of it. It is definitely a theater, or theater, as some might say. I'm just assuming it's near, like, this. I've actually been there. I've been to Millennium Park. I've seen the Bean. It's good stuff. Showplace Icon Theaters. Nando's. I thought Nando's was like a British chain. Are they coming here? Are they invading? I'm curious about it. I hear it's good. I have no idea. I've never had it. I don't even know what they serve. Burgers? Is it burgers? My UK contingent will tell me. In the meantime, I'm going to click on a place and move on with my life, because otherwise I will run out of stories to tell you. I don't have that many stories, to be honest. Alright, we're going to click Ida B. Wells Drive. We're going to click on Ida B. Wells Drive just because it's called that, and not for any reason at all otherwise. And we are going to go 1970. Maybe. Yes. 81. Oh, I was close. I was actually looking kind of in the right area. Yeah, it's not called Gene Siskel Film Center. Okay, so it's not named, so I wouldn't have been able to find it, no matter how much I looked around and told you random stories about ice cream. But it was 81, which I really should have known, because, like, I was born in 81, and this is literally how, like, my parents dressed, especially this guy. So, yeah, no, it was a good guess. All right, moving on. That was only round 2. Lots of chatting. All right, what we got going on here? He looks very surprised. I wonder what he's so surprised about. So she's got a headscarf. Let's see. She's got a headscarf, but it looks like it's more just sun protection. They don't have headscarves. She has something on her head. So it might just be sun protection and not religious. That would be reasonable. A lot of the men have hats. She's in shorts and sleeveless, so I don't think this is like a place where people are like dressing modestly, like because laws or anything. What do we have over here? Cronenborg something. I'm trying to decide. I think it's French language. Looks like French language. I wonder if it's... Okay, it's a fairly old car, but the clothing isn't... I don't think it's like... Maybe it's 60s? The shorts on this girl look pretty 60s, but... It's really hard to say. I still want to know what he's so surprised about. The southern French coast would make sense. Or North Africa, even. Although... Probably not, because there's like no Arabic and everybody's white. Pretty much. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe early 60s, and I'm thinking... Oh gosh, it could even be Canada. It's definitely warm. I mean, the way that a lot of the people are dressed, and the fact that their heads are covered, it looks like it's just sun protection. Does he have a white cane? Huh. So, that says something about a port. That says something about a port, so this is a port. Alright, we're gonna go southern France, for lack of anything else to go on. Where in southern France should we go? Should we go Nice? Should we go Marseille? Let's go Marseille. Why not? And we will go... 62 is as good as any. 68? Saint-Tropez. Oh, that's Picasso. Holy, I almost cursed. That was very surprising. Okay, so I was right about it being southern France. That's not too bad. I got the wrong spot, but 60s southern France, I'll take it. That's Picasso? What? No way. I think my son said to me the other day, how did Pablo Picasso die in the 1970s? I was like, because that's when he lived. He's like, but how? Like, thinking, you know how you think people are longer ago than they really were sometimes, or you don't know how, like, you know, things where they tell you these surprising facts about history, and, you know, this and this happened at the same time, and it's like, Picasso lived a lot more recently. Even though he's considered sort of a classic paintings, he lived in the 20th century. It wasn't that long ago. All right, this is clearly Labor Palestine. That seems like a good clue about when and where we are. Maybe? Build a Labor Party. We demand something insurance. Obviously, it's a pro-union, pro-socialism rally or something. Everybody's got fedoras. All the men are wearing fedoras, which I approve of, by the way. They should bring back the fedora. Everyone should be wearing fedoras. The labor union movement was largely in the 20s and 30s, things like this. Maybe, but I don't think this is... I'm confused about Labor Palestine. Support Labor Palestine. Is this in... This doesn't look like Israel at all. It looks European. I'm trying to see kind of in the background here what's happening. These cars are pretty old. This could even be earlier. Yeah, there's a guy on horseback. These are very old cars. They're very old cars. But they do have, like, buses. I feel like this is probably a really famous place if you know what you're looking at. You know, like, for an American looking at the, you know, the Capitol Mall. Like, this would be, like, a similar thing. Like, you know exactly what you're looking at if you know what you're looking at. Could be Great Britain. Could be London. That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the signs are in English, so that's a good clue. I don't think it's the US. It could be. It could be New York. Actually, could it? Maybe? There's not so much to go on here. Alright, what's up in the foreground here? There's some ladies. More guys in hats. Oh, here's some of those flat top. What are those called? Peaked caps? I learned about those yesterday. I've been watching a lot of this channel called, her name is Bernadette Banner, and she's a clothing historian, specializing in the 19th century, and she, like, hand makes a lot of, like, Victorian clothing and stuff, and I'm really obsessed with it, even though I know nothing about sewing, like, at all, except for, like, you take a needle and you put some thread in it, and somehow magically it becomes clothing, so it's very entertaining. But anyway, I've been watching a lot of that. They did an episode. She had an episode where they critiqued historical Halloween costumes. There was one where it was supposed to be like a costume from Peaky Blinders, the TV show. They were talking about the hats. Anyway. Alright, I'm going... That makes me think even more about that period of the, like, 19-teens or 1920s labor movement. But I don't know about London. I feel like this statue is something I should recognize if I were going to recognize it. Just looking for any other clues in the photo, but... We demand... Wish I knew what that said. Something insurance. Something friends. Fight against war and fascism. Yeah, let's do that. Stamp out fascism. So fascism wasn't really a thing until... even the 30s, but these cars are much older than that. When did the term fascism start being used? I'm actually going to look that up after I guess. I'm actually curious about that. Because I think of fascism as being like the 30s, the rise of Mussolini and of Franco and obviously the Nazis. So was that a term in use before then? There are no flags. A flag would be super... Oh wait, there's a flag. That could be an American flag very easily. Okay, I'm going New York. I've decided. I was going to go London, but I'm going to go New York. I'm going to get Central Park. We'll go Washington Square. Oh, there's no arch. Well... Would it be this far north? Probably not. Huh. Of course, it looked different back then. If I'm right about the timing, it would be even before the Empire State Building. It is a large open gathering space, though. Alright, I'll go there. That's fine. And we'll go... How about 26? Philadelphia! 1935. Okay, so I was right to wonder about the use of the word fascism. Not a terrible guess. At least I didn't go Europe. 35... The now destroyed Rayburn Plaza. You'd think I'd recognize Philadelphia. I grew up there, but they say this place doesn't exist anymore, so I guess there's not much to recognize. I think this is City Hall here. That's interesting. Oh, City Hall's here. Well, you can't really see City Hall in the photo. It was right in front, but if it was taken from City Hall looking out, that's why. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, well, that's all right. I want to look up, since I was talking about it, I'm going to look up when the word fascism started being used. Okay, fascism rose to prominence in early 20th century Europe. The fascist movement emerged in Italy during World War I. Okay, etymology. The Italian term fascismo is derived from fascio, meaning bundle of sticks, ultimately from the Latin word facies. This is the name given to political organizations in Italy known as fasci, a group similar to guilds or syndicates. According to Italian fascist dictator Benito Mussolini's own account, the fasces of revolutionary action were founded in Italy in 1915. In 1919, Mussolini founded the Italian Faces of Combat in Milan, which became the National Fascist Party 2 years later. Okay, so it's a bit earlier than I thought, but I don't think it was in popular use yet. This is talking about the definition of it. Cult of the leader who promises national restoration in the face of humiliation brought on by supposed communist, Marxists, and minorities and immigrants who are supposedly posing a threat to the character and the history of a nation. I'm going to leave that with you and let you form your own opinions, and we're going to move on. Very interesting photo, though. I like it. All right. Last round. Ooh, look. We're in Cuba. I like when it just tells you where you are right on the photo. So probably Havana. No idea when. This is probably just a random street scene. Seems to be raining. In Cuba? Never. I mean, if we look at the cars, it doesn't look terribly recent, but it also doesn't look that long ago from the clothing. Like, we're not talking like 60s here, I don't think. I mean, he's wearing basketball shorts. I don't think this was that long ago. She would fit right in on the streets of LA today, so. But these cars, it's not a super high quality photo, but it could certainly still be a digital photo, although it kind of feels like it's a scan, doesn't it? Huh. I don't know. Let's look at shoes. You know, this car looks old, but I don't think this is that old. I mean, he's got flip-flops. Now, I don't know what the styles in Cuba are like, but usually styles don't differ that much unless you're like in a totally different part of the world, like, you know, like rural China or something. Like, people pretty much dress in ways that are fairly recognizable, you know, in the late 20th and 21st centuries. So, anything like if somebody were wearing a shirt that had like a graphic t-shirt that was very notable would be useful. Okay, well, I know we're in Cuba, so we'll start there. Cuba. We'll go Havana, somewhere about here. And we're gonna go, should I go late 90s? I kind of like that. Let's go 98. Probably way off. 2011. It was Havana, though. This is really hard. I mean, this car looks really old, but the dress was very confusing. Okay, how'd I do? 38. 38 is pretty par for me, I would say, but I'm okay with it. It was a very interesting set of photos. Hope you enjoyed that and my rambling as well. That's what I do. I ramble. If you knew me in person, you'd know that too. Anyway, I hope you are all having a lovely Thursday and a great start to your summer or winter if you're down under, and I will see you another time for more videos, because that's what I do. I make videos. If you are interested, by the way, in supporting my video making until I am able to monetize, which looks like it might be never with the way things are going, feel free to head on over to my Patreon. The URL should be on your screen now, and there's a link in the description below. And if you would like to come over and join us on Discord and have a chat and share your results, you may do so. There is also a link for that in the description below. Bye for now. I never know how to finish. Bye!